Hello guys and welcome back. Today we'll be talking about a head of youth development and how you can optimize your youth intake through personalities and stuff like that. So first I'd like to show you my latest youth intake and as you can see here's their potential. Seems pretty decent, and here's their personality. And looking at their personality, it doesn't look too good actually. We've got low determined times 2, unambitious 5, balanced. Balanced is you can of course give them a tutor and work on them, but um, it's not that great actually. I like that all my prayers are down here in this section, fairly determined at least. Determined, professional, fairly professional in this area. So um, so the head of youth development I used for recruiting these youngsters. I'll just show you. He was he was decent. He was called Kieran Donnelly, and he had 19 judging player ability, 19 judging player potential, and 15 working with youngsters. He had balanced personality, could be better, but he was playing the preferred formation that I'm playing, and he had the approach that I like my players to be. But why am I talking about this? You see, your head of youth development, he is responsible for your youth intake pretty much. So he will try and he will try to influence your intake, meaning that if you're playing a 4-4-2 formation, well, if you're playing a 4-4-2 formation and his preferred formation is 4-1-2-3, you might end up getting wingers that are not suited for your tactic. The wingers he will bring in will be wingers in a 4-2 formation, whereas you'll be playing with higher wingers, so you'll have to teach them to play new formations. So first and foremost, try and get a tutor who's playing the formation that you're playing. But that is not the most important thing actually, and I'll get into that later. But there are a couple of factors that you have to have in mind upon hiring a head of youth development. But why did I fire my previous guy? You see, I have been doing a lot of research about lately about the head of youth development, and I always thought to myself, I always thought that I want a head of youth development who is who's got who's got good judging player potential, playability, and working with youngsters, because he's going to bring in the best youngsters in the game for me. But actually, guys, it doesn't quite work like that. We've been fooled for a long time now. The most important thing for a head of youth development is his personality. Um, because with a good personality, your players will develop a lot faster, a lot quicker. They'll pick on stats a lot faster. For instance, I recruited this guy couple of seasons back. Where is he? Here. And this guy, he had 4 determination when he was 16. I gave him a tutor. Now he's 20, but his personality is only determined, meaning that sorry about that, meaning that his other invisible stats must be extremely low, because with 20 determination he should be extremely determined or something like that, but he's not. And you see, he's 18 years old now. I know he's injured, but he hasn't developed. This is the stats that he came in with. He hasn't developed at all. He's just been like this forever. So he looks so promising, but nothing happened to him. So what I'm saying is, his personality has had a huge influence on this guy not developing. So if I can get in a guy with 8 in all stats, but being a model citizen, he would develop into a star player way quicker. So this is what I'm trying to do. So what I've done, sorry about that. So what I've done so far is I've hired a new head of development, Amar Gamal. Amar Gamal, he doesn't look too good here, but model citizen. I found him by coincidence, and I hired him right on the spot. 7 judging player ability, 7 judging player potential, 6 working with youngsters, but he's determined and he's a model citizen. So what I'm hoping to achieve with this is I'm hoping to achieve that my next youth intake will be a lot better regarding personalities. I'm hoping to achieve that at least half of the youth intake will have that he will influence them to have a better personality, so they will develop a lot faster. I'm not expecting all my youth players to be model citizens. I don't think that's the way it works. I think that he will influence them so they are either extremely professional or extremely determined, or determined and professional, and then it will be a lot easier for me to give them a tutor to make them develop even further. So and if I'm lucky, I might end up getting a newgen with the personality of a model citizen, but that's extremely rare of what I've read so far. But I've been reading the official forums. I'll show you, and in this is Javiero, and if I scroll down here, there is actually a guy, an employee of SI Games. Here we have him, Sir Bosel. He's saying he's writing himself here. He's SI testing team from SI Games, QA staff, and he's saying a head of youth development will mainly influence the personalities of your newgens. In some cases, he will affect the newgen template selected, positions, and attributes. And then all of this, he's deleted. So this is the main thing about your head of youth development. This is what you should be focusing on, his personality, nothing more than that. And further down here, he clarifies, people are being confused whether they should look at judging player potential, judging player ability, but he actually says that they shouldn't do that. He says right here, he says it himself right here. And what he's saying is basically, he's saying that only your under 19 squad is visible in game. So what your junior coaching and what your what your youth facilities are doing is pretty much all the invisible youth squads you have, under 11s, under 13, under 15, under 17. They are in the game, but you just can't see them, and that's what they are affecting. They are affecting your extremely young players coming through the academy. So the players are actually already in there being developed, just not as a core part of the game, so to say. So they are already in the game. So when you are head of youth development, he goes out to find players. He isn't really using his judging player ability or judging judging current ability or potential ability. Only when he's finding players from outside. Like for instance, I have a club, a partner club, or a club from Uruguay that I have a partnership with, and when he's gonna find a player from there, let me see if I can find him real quick. Oh, is it here? Oh, there we go. When he was finding this player, of course, this was from the former head of youth development, and he had 19 in it, and he just found the player with 2.5 stars. So it doesn't really make any difference. Like, in my opinion, he should have been 5 stars player potential since he's had 19 in it. So for me, I see where he's going, and I actually find it weird that it doesn't say it in game that personality and preferred formation does have a huge impact, does have the most impact on what players are coming in to a youth academy. So yeah, now I've signed this new guy, and I'm looking forward to see the next youth intake, to see how promising it looks, because I'm expecting some some nice personalities coming through, to be honest with you. And yeah, so pretty much what he's saying is that the judging player ability and judging player potential, they they to make like sort of a priority list of what your head of youth development should have. Um, he should pretty much have um, personality, the first requirement, number one requirement. First thing you do is look at personality. Second thing you look at is preferred formation. Here, he's got a 4-3 narrow. I'm playing a 4-2-3-1 wide, so I might not end up getting any wingers with this guy, to be honest. But he's playing a 3-5-2 as his second preferred formation, so hopefully I'll get a few players in. And he's got a mental coaching style, which hopefully means that I will get some nice tactical suited players, and a mixed playing style, so both defenders and attackers. That's fine for me. So as long as I'm getting in players with a nice personality who are determined, I'm happy, because I trust my junior coaching, and I trust my youth facilities to be on such a good level that players with high potential ability will enter my academy anyway. So that was all for now, guys. Hopefully I helped you a lot through a lot with finding a new head of junior development. And if you've got any questions, feel free to comment. Feel free to ask me in the comment section. Thanks for watching, guys. Bye bye.